What's up, guys? Kayak Mike here. We're doing the virtual captains meeting for the Wheel and Deal bank fishing event this weekend, Catfish and Carp, virtually. So maybe this might be a little more helpful for someone to see it in the actual size of a phone. So download the Fishing Chaos app, go over to tournaments, scroll on down. That's where you're going to find Wheel and Deal Events 2026. This is where you're going to find the event for this weekend. You'll hit the register button. That's all self-explanatory. We're going to go over some of the rules. Any commercially made bumper board is legal in this event. If you're not using a musky bumper or anything from fishbumper.com, you must run it by Kayak Mike or Alva Jones first. We must give you permission. If you do not run it by us first, all your fish will be DQ'd up until we do approve that board. You must obtain your spot by motor vehicle and foot. You cannot obtain your spot by any kind of watercraft. You also cannot use any kind of watercraft to cast your baits or move your baits out. You can't use one of those mini boats to get your baits out. You can use a slingshot, that's fine, but no high-powered slingshots, like handheld slingshots. I know some carp fishermen like to use slingshots for their bait. You must be an online catfishing tournaments member to compete, so let me show you what that means real quick. If you go to the main page of online catfishing tournaments, you must be a $20 member. And don't worry if this is your first tournament ever. That's a 365-day thing. Don't worry about that. You're not going to lose access to this once the year ends. You're going to have until today next year to fish all the events we run earlier in the year. The boundaries are everything in Ohio minus Lake Erie and minus the Ohio River. So this is the Ohio border. I hope you guys can all see the Ohio border. So everything's legal. Not West Point. Cedar Point and West is all legal. Sandusky Bay is legal. All this is illegal. Lake Erie is illegal. Same thing with the southern border of Ohio. If you go to the southern border of Ohio, like hypothetically speaking, let's say you were fishing at the mouth of the Scioto River, you could fish all of this stuff in here. You could be parked right here, and you could have your lines casted here. You cannot have your lines casted out here. This is obviously it's an honor system, so we want everything inland Ohio, which means and this is an individual tournament, so it's a 3-rod limit, obviously, and you must follow all Ohio laws. No pay lake fishing, $27.50 to enter, and it's catfish and carp. We are including buffalo in this in the species list. Yes, we understand buffalo are not carp. Buffalo are actually predators, but they can be caught in very similar fashions and kind of look like carp. So we added them to the list. The reason we don't say catfish, carp, and buffalo is it's just clunky to say it that way. So that's that, and let's go over, if you're curious about how to register for a tournament, how to submit fish, how the fish need to be submitted in their orientation, go to the Online Catfishing Tournaments YouTube page, go over to playlists. The generic captain's meeting right there, that'll give you all the information in one video. Or if you go down to 2026 important videos, these videos will give you the same exact information as the generic captain's meeting, but this is broken up into 3 different videos. So let's say you're in the middle of the tournament, you're new, and you just forget how to submit a fish. You can come here, how to submit a fish, watch that video, and you're good to go. All right, Kayak Mike out of here. Any questions, let me know.